We continue now at the top of Daf Amud Aleph in Meseches Nedarim. This is Nedarim Daf 11a. The Gemara says, Savrua, right now we think, Mai lachulin. What does the term mean when it says lachulin? It means lo lachulin lahave el carbon. It means this should not be treated like chulin. Rather, it should be treated like a carbon, and that's how you're trying to create the neder, to create the prohibition. And so the Gemara says, Mani Masnisin. So who's the author of our Mishnah? Rabbi Meir, if you're going to say it's Rabbi Meir, it can't be. Lesle Mechlal Lava Toshomeyahain. Rabbi Meir holds that we do not hold that you can derive from a negative a positive, meaning you're not allowed to create the prohibition based on an implication. You have to say the prohibition directly. This should be treated like a carbon. You can't say this is not like chulin, and then we're supposed to imply from that it is like a carbon. The Tanan, as we learned in a Mishnah, this is a Mishnah in Kiddushin. Rabbi Meir says, "Kol Tanai Sheinu Ketanai Bnei Gad Bnei Ruvain Eino Tanai." Any condition that's not like the condition of the children of Gad and the children of Ruvain is not a good condition. In the Torah, when the children of Gad and the children of Ruvain made a condition, they said both sides of the condition. If we do this, then this, and if we don't do this, then the following. Meaning they did not rely on an implication, and because Rabbi Meir holds that we don't say Mechlal Lava Toshomeyahain. So Ella Rabbi Yehuda, so the Gemara says rather it must be that our Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda who does hold of the concept of Mechlal Lava Toshomeyahain. So the Gemara says Amos Seifa, but let's look at the end of the Mishnah. It says at the end of our Mishnah, Rabbi Yehuda Omer HaOmer Yerushalayim Lo Amar Klum. That Rabbi Yehuda says if somebody says Yerushalayim, that's nothing. So me the Seifa Rabbi Yehuda, Reisha Lav Rabbi Yehuda he. From the fact that the end of the Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda, doesn't that imply that the beginning of the Mishnah is not Rabbi Yehuda? And so therefore again, who is the author of our Mishnah? And the Gemara answers, Kula Rabbi Yehuda. No, you could say that the entire Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda. V'hachi katani, and you have to change the words of the Mishnah as follows. She Rabbi Yehuda Omer, because Rabbi Yehuda says, Ha'omer Yerushalayim lo amar klum. That if a person says Yerushalayim, that is nothing. And when you put in the shin, She Rabbi Yehuda Omer, that is implying that the entire Mishnah is actually Rabbi Yehuda. But the Gemara continues, V'chiyamar ki Yerushalayim l'Rabbi Yehuda mi mitzar. But if you say ki Yerushalayim according to Rabbi Yehuda, does that actually create a prohibition? Because we're saying that according to Rabbi Yehuda, Yerushalayim is nothing, but ki Yerushalayim is a prohibition. V'atanya, but we learned in a brayse. So Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Rabbi Yehuda says, Ha'omer ki Yerushalayim lo amar klum. If a person says ki Yerushalayim, that's nothing. At sheyidor bedavar hakare bi Yerushalayim. You have to make the neder and talk about something that is brought, like brought as a carbon in Yerushalayim. But ki Yerushalayim would also not create a prohibition. And the Gemara answers to that, Kula Rabbi Yehuda, he really, our entire Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda, Utrei Tanoi, I'll leave it to Rabbi Yehuda, and it's a machlokas Tanoim, what exactly Rabbi Yehuda holds when it comes to Ki Yerushalayim, and our Mishnah Ki Yerushalayim would create a prohibition, but again, in the Braisa, Ki Yerushalayim would not create a prohibition. We'll continue with this discussion in the next video, on Daf Yud Aleph Amud Beis.